Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at game number 18 in our 20 from 1982 series, and this is two games in one, but they are basically the same game. These were created by Taito in 1982, and one was changed into the other due to a possible lawsuit, and this is Jungle King and Jungle Hunt by Taito in 1982. Now, Jungle King had a character that looked kind of like Tarzan, and he had an exact Tarzan yell. So the estate of Tarzan creator Edgar Rice Burroughs, who died way back in 1950, sent a cease and desist notice to Taito, who changed the look of Jungle King into Jungle Hunt. And there was the control panels for both. You have a 8-way joystick and a jump or a knife slash button. And yeah, we're gonna start looking at Jungle King, but a little while after production of Jungle King machines, there was the threat of a lawsuit, and Taito had to change it into Jungle Hunt. And in Jungle Hunt, instead of a Tarzan-like character, you have a safari hunter in a pith helmet. We'll look at me play both games, do a playthrough on both. Now this game was kind of cool. It had multiple stages, and on the very first stage there is a very early example of very minimal but still parallax scrolling, is it called? I believe that's correct, but yeah, we'll look at that a little bit later. But yeah, there are 4 different stages that you try to play through. And with the Tarzan character, there's this yell. On this first stage, you jump from vine to vine, and you have to jump when your vine, well, you want to jump when your vine is swinging close to the other vine, or closest. If you jump way too early, you will fall to your death. And this game has terrific music and sound effects. This was definitely one of Taito's strongest early titles, early 80s titles. And I'm thinking I either saw this first at an arcade called Pack Pals, which was not far from where I lived, in a little kind of strip mall, or I saw it at Farrell's Ice Cream Parlor. But you just have to pass 10 vines, and then you can just jump right into the water. And in the water, you have a knife in your hand, and you must strike the alligators if they're right in front of you. But you need to do it when their mouths are not wide open, or you will die. And you don't have to kill the alligators. They are points, and they could be 100, 200, or 300 depending on how fast the gator is, or crocodile probably. And then you'll reach the end, and note that you have an oxygen meter. If it runs out, you die, so you need to reach the surface of the water to replenish. And now the third stage is you have to jump over these rolling boulders. Some of the boulders will hop, take a high bounce like that, and you want to jump when you are very close to the rock. Touch a rock, of course, and you die. You can actually duck here by pulling down on the joystick, but it's very, very risky. You would need for the boulder to hop over you at just the right point. You only get 500 points for completing a stage unless you complete the 4th and final stage. There will be large boulders that can pass right over you, and you'll still get 50 points. If your timing is perfect, you can jump over it and get 200 points, just as you do with any of the other rocks. And when you reach the end, you jump on one final boulder and give another Tarzan yell. Now you have to jump over these 2 cannibals and jump and touch your girlfriend. You don't have to, you know, contact with her by 1 pixel will rescue her. So, and then she kisses you and you get all embarrassed and you start all the stages over again. And like I was saying about the parallax scrolling means like some things in the background move a little bit slower than things in the foreground when they scroll. It's kind of a cool little effect, but that's only on this stage. It's very minimal. Note that your Tarzan character will undergo a bit of palette swap. He'll have like different colored hair, different color loincloth, and the jungle itself will take on a different color. And at this point, for the second time around, you will have to deal with monkeys. Now, if you jump right onto the monkey, you will fall and die. So you need to time your jump a little differently so that you can catch the rope and not land on the monkey. Don't touch my monkey. It takes a little while to get used to, and note that the monkey will move on the vine a little bit after it swings off screen. So he might move in a direction that's helpful to you, or he might move in a direction that's not beneficial to you. Yeah, he got me. But this was super popular at all the arcades. I saw this and Jungle Hunt. They were both very popular. I'm sure Taito was kind of worried maybe these changes we've had to make for Jungle Hunt might make sales a little less than we'd like them to be, but no, it was still very popular. Gamers really didn't seem to care that much because the action was exactly the same, really. Now, those bubbles can be very harmful. They'll push you back up to the surface. I kind of wish you could swipe them with... Ooh, that was close. Kind of wish you could swipe them with your knife and pop them. But just try to avoid them, because if they push you up to the surface, you're kind of prone, and a crocodile can bite you. Excuse me. Now, if you reach the edge and get pushed up, you can still run out of oxygen if your oxygen is low and die. That sucks. Now, I remember when I got to this stage, the second rock stage, you know, you have to get really, really, really close to the rocks when you jump. I mean, to the high bouncing ones. Because if you're not, then they'll bounce up and hit you. But I remember seeing these kind of orangish rocks with little black dots on them. It made me think of pepper bacon, and I'd get hungry. Yep, there we go. Yeah, you get 500 bonus points for completing a stage, other than the last one, which gives you 1,000. Yikes! That rock rolled a little faster than I wanted it to, and it nailed me. And I think that was the last rock. Well, here's some of the later color palette swaps, and they're downright hideous, I think. Ugh. Yeah, the jungle looks... And look how fast that rope swings. Very hyperactive. But yeah, some of the later palette swaps are hideous. Ugh. Freaking purple jungle, yuck. Put on invincibility by this time, I think. But yeah, that is ugly. Later on, I think maybe the third time through on the cannibal scene, the cannibals will have an extra cannibal that will throw a spear at you, and we'll get to that in just a moment. Look how hyper some of these rocks are, and sometimes there will be a bunch of them rolling at you at once. See, there's that cannibal that throws a spear from the trees. But now we're going to look at Jungle Hunt. we'll do a playthrough of Jungle Hunt. And like I said, I saw both games all the time in arcades. Jungle Hunt, again, was the result of a possible lawsuit. And there's your guy with the pith helmet. Sometimes I thought he kind of looked like Bam Bam from the Flintstones. But the gameplay is exactly the same. Still has that same parallax scrolling on the first stage. Something we'll look at later is if you stand on the ledge at the very beginning stage and don't jump across to the first vine, then the game will kill you. It'll make you fall off the limb to your death. And the same thing if you hang on a ledge for too long. Now note on the rock stage that if you pull back on the joystick, you will slow down, but you can jump higher. And if you move forward quickly, you'll hold forward on the joystick and jump. Your jump is not nearly as high. That's something to consider because, like I said, those rocks can bounce really high and kill you if you don't jump super close to them. But yeah, we'll start some gameplay here of Jungle Hunt. It's only 100 points per vine when you jump forward. The scoring is 100 a vine, 100 for slashing the slow crocodiles, 200 for the medium ones, and 300 for the fast ones. And then you get 200 per rock jumped, and also for a large rock if your timing's just right, or if you just pass under it, it's like 50 points. And then when you jump over a cannibal, it's 100 points, I think. But 500 points for every completed stage, and then 1,000 points for passing the fourth stage. There are no extra lives that I am aware of. And you get double points if you jump on a vine with a monkey on it successfully. You get 200. If you run out of time, no matter how many lives you have left, your game is over. But fortunately, you have a ton of time. You have 5,000 units of time. And that is plenty to be able to beat a run through of stages. See, here you back up and you jump. You can jump higher when you're slower. But when you're... I don't think you can jump as high when you're moving forward. Much quicker. But yeah, I saw both cabinets all the time. The Jungle Hunt cabinet is quite a bit more plain because of the Jungle King artwork on the marquee, and then Jungle Hunt just is much more generic looking on the marquee. And note that there's no Tarzan yell to satisfy the Edgar Rice Burroughs estate, even though he'd been dead for over 30 years by the time this game came out. Taito probably just kind of assumed it fell into public domain, so they could just use the Tarzan yell. Yeah, he kind of looks like Bam Bam at this point, I think. This had an Atari 2600 port, numerous home ports. I thought the ColecoVision port was pretty well done. The game is very forgiving, at least early on the vine stage, in terms of timing. But again, when you have the monkeys, and the monkey looks more like an ape, I think, in Jungle Hunt. You just gotta learn the timing for the monkeys on the vines. And again, they move a little bit off screen when the vine swings off screen, so use that to your advantage. Learn when is a good time to jump and when is not. And if you can help avoiding the bubbles, do so. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, when this was popular in the arcades, I wanted to pop the bubbles with my knife. You can't do it. But yeah, you want to keep going to the surface to replenish your oxygen supply, and your oxygen supply dwindles quicker. Oh, will I run out? Nope. Your oxygen supply dwindles quicker on the later go-rounds. And here's the pepper bacon rocks. When I'm shopping at the store, I often look at the meat counter to see if they've got pepper bacon for cheap. Yeah, even starting on the second go-round, the bouncing rocks, the high bouncing rocks bounce really high, and you need to jump real close to the rock if you're, if you're wanting to clear it. But yeah, the palette swap is God damn it. The palette swap is downright hideous on the later stages. Yikes. And there's that rock that killed me on the Jungle Hunt, or Jungle King. Managed to clear it. Yeah, trees with purple leaves. Hideous yellow trunk. Ugh. But yeah, I saw both cabinets everywhere in the arcades. Super popular game. God, yuck, just hideous palette swaps. Really hyperactive vine. But yeah, if you stand on the limb for too long before jumping across to the first vine, the game will force you off and kill you. And if you hang from a vine for too long, the game will make you fall off and die. Which is understandable because your arms are probably getting really tired. But we'll look at that a little bit later. I was never great at Jungle King or Jungle Hunt, but I could pass through all stages. It sometimes takes a while to get used to the crocodile stage in terms of timing, when to slash and when not to slash. But anytime you jump across to the water, you will always jump right into the water. You won't grab onto a vine across the way. That was not good. My timing was off there. But that was Jungle Hunt. And we already looked at Jungle King. We'll just see the demo for or a track mode for the vines. The computer is jump happy on the demo here. Yeah, see, if you stand here for too long, the game will force you off the limb, and you'll fall to your death. You have to use up about, I think it was like 350 units of time. And yeah, if you run out of all of your time completely before you beat all 4 stages, then your game will automatically end no matter how many lives you have left. Game over. Yep, there he falls. And same as on the if you're hanging from a vine. Like I said, if I were really hanging from a vine that long, my arms would definitely be really tired. Guess it's understandable that he lets go and falls. Great sound effects, great music, great music in both games. As far as which I prefer more, I can't really say. There he falls. And yeah, here's me running out of time. Even though I had no more lives left, it doesn't matter how many lives you have left. Your game will end. I was hoping to see her get boiled alive or something. But that was Jungle King and Jungle Hunt, created by Taito in 1982. Well, this is Crazy Glamour Ace, and thanks for watching. This was game number 18, and I hope to see you soon for game number 17. Y'all stay safe and stay cool, everybody. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.